Hey everyone, on to a new topic now, behaviour. And we're looking now at how behaviour is always a function of understanding or realization. Because from a absolute conviction in a separate self, in a separate reality, and a self that has to defend and protect and be aggressive or retreat in order to be secure, it's quite easy to see how behavior will arise from that misunderstanding. Quite easy. And we probably see it in ourselves all the time. And it makes sense that as that misunderstanding falls away, that along with it dissolves all the behaviors, the actions and habits, the addictions even, that were held in place by this need to somehow, through action, through activity, find the way back to the underlying constancy that we really are, to the underlying peace and freedom. And so it's yeah, it really makes sense, doesn't it, that the activity of the self manifests in behavior that is numbing or distracting or aggressive or manipulating or needy, in order to try to recover, try to find its way back to what it really knows itself to be, that underlying peace and joy, freedom, potential. And yeah, and as that falls away, then the behavior no longer reflects that, and actions and words and gestures, ideas, solutions spring from the realization of true nature. Now, two things for us to think about this. The first is that almost immediately the mind starts categorizing our own behavior and other people's behavior as to which is it? Is it confusion, or is it from understanding? Is this separate self behavior, or is this true nature? And that is an impossible task, because the mind is the mind of a separate idea of self, because it's in this dual world. It's good, bad, right, wrong, acceptable, unacceptable, confused, clear. So let's never ever waste time going in that direction, out analyzing any aspect of behavior ever, because it's a fool's errand. It's just going to reinforce whatever belief is going on. And so let's leave all behavior be. Let's just, whatever is going on is the only thing that can be going on. And let's continually look at what's true, who we really are, what this idea of self even is. Because that's all that's needed. Because each time there's a realization, then there's a shift towards that space where there's nothing to defend or to find or to resist, and there's just that realization of freedom and peacefulness. So that's cool. Hands off the behavior, leave the behavior alone, whether it's in ourselves or other people, and look at the projection room, look at the back office. That's what we're interested in, the engine. Now, the second thing which makes that categorization of behavior even more redundant is that, and this is quite a paradox as well, is that through the realization of who we are, it becomes apparent that all there is unconditional love. All, that's it. And all there is freedom. All there is peacefulness. And so it becomes, and this is weird, but it becomes increasingly clear that all that behavior to defend the self is actually illusory behavior. Has to be, because there's no objectivity to it. And so as the mind that would judge it and say good, bad, clear, unclear, as that falls away, then the behavior isn't even really there. All there is unconditional love. All there is life and being. And so while there's that apparent reality of separateness, of separate self and separate other, there will be an experience of behavior that is all about separation. And that's what we live in those moments of firm belief in that identity. But that's the bubble. That's the entire bubble. And with the realization that we're not who we think we are, then the bubble dissolves, the whole bubble dissolves. So the judgment of our behavior and the judgment of other people's behavior melts away into unconditional love. It can't be any other way. And so it's what's so beautiful, so amazing about this conversation is that memories of, it's actually so moving, memories of how we used to be, how others used to be, things that have been done, become seen now through this floodlight of unconditional love. So it makes forgiveness completely redundant. There is nothing to forgive in this place, either of ourselves or others. It's only ever being conditional love, and the behaviors themselves aren't objective truths. So this is quite it's a big subject, and we'll look at it tomorrow evening on our webinar. But I hope you're getting a glimpse of that transience of all form. It's not ever objectively fixed or real, and that includes all behavior. And as that's realized, this unconditional love that we really are just shines out, and it becomes all there is. It's all that ever was. That's all it is. Big stuff, this, and quite paradoxical. So don't worry at all if this isn't clear. We'll look at it in more detail in our webinar. Yeah. Big love. Bye.